Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin and today I'm going to show you guys some of the collaboration palettes that are in my collection. I saw Amy Loves Makeup do this video and I wanted to go through and look at all of the makeup eyeshadow palettes that I have that are collabs. So I will of course leave her video linked for you to check out. But that's what we're gonna do today, and I have so many that this is gonna be part one of two because there's just too many to put in one video. So if that sounds good to you, keep on watching. Before we get too far into the video, if you haven't already, I would love it if you would consider clicking that subscribe button. I upload videos twice a week. It's totally free to subscribe, and I would love to see you back again in the comments on the channel again in the future. I will be doing my next giveaway when I get to 550 subscribers, so don't miss out on that. Stay tuned and subscribe. Okay, let's go ahead and get into part one of these collaborations. So these are collaborations all with creators. They are not collaborations with franchises. So it is not things like, I mean, I could do a whole other video. Let me know in the comments if you're interested on collaborations with things like Disney or Scooby-Doo or Animal Crossing, right? Like that's what I mean by franchises. These are just collaborations with content creators. And I would say when I was looking through my collection, I didn't realize how many, like what percentage of my collection is content creator collabs. I would say it's close to 50%, guys, and that's it's a lot, especially if you have seen, I will leave it linked, my full collection of makeup video where I talk about like the number of eyeshadow palettes that I have. So let's go ahead and get into it. First of all, I have the two collab palettes that Teresa is Dead did with Lethal Cosmetics. The first one is called Lethal is Dead. It looks like this if you are not familiar. I don't know if you can get this one anymore on maybe like Camera Ready Cosmetics or not. I wasn't a huge fan of the color story of the first one, but really wanted to support Teresa. But I like the second one a lot more. Teresa is Lethal. And that one looks like this. I feel like the shimmers, like something with the quality, the formula is a little bit better in this one too. In my opinion, they are more sparkly, I think at least. So those two are Teresa is Dead. Now there's some collabs that I bought like this where I'm like, I love the creator, I bought it specifically for the creator. There's other palettes like this next one that I have no idea who the creators are. I just like the color story and the brand and the formula, you know? So it depends on the palette which way that went. This is from BH Cosmetics and it's their BFF palette with Alondra and Elsie. So I don't know those creators at all, but I liked this color story a lot. Here, let me get the plastic off so you are seeing the true colors and not just the reflection. But I love these like periwinkle blues, and it's just like kind of a fun neutral with pops palette. But I really like the sparkles, like the metallic formula from BH. I haven't played with this palette nearly enough. I love these videos too because when I pull stuff to talk about them in videos like this, that kind of gets them off my shelves, and I like to leave them out a bit to try to encourage me to use them a time or two before I put them away. Next up from Alien Cosmetics is Hauntingly Glamorous is the name of the palette, and this is their collab with Sydney Nicole, another creator I'm not super familiar with, but I really like this palette. It's a cool, colorful color story, huh? It's mostly mattes. I think personally that these shimmers are kind of weak in this one, so it's a good thing that there's only two and it's mostly mattes, but the color story is super fun. It's not a rainbow palette though. It's colorful, but they're like, I don't know, murky off primary colors. I don't know how else to describe it. From Il Makiage, the only palette I have from this brand. This is their kind of more recent collab with Kathleen Lights. And if there's any palettes that I have, like I know this one and at least one of the Teresa's Dead palettes, if I have any dedicated videos that go more in depth with any of these, I'll leave them linked in the cards or linked down below in case you're not just wanting like the quick drive-by that I'm giving you of these palettes and you want to see them actually more in depth. And my thoughts and like using them and making looks and things. So next up we're gonna go to ABH. I I have two of the Collab palettes. I have the Alyssa Edwards palettes. See, again, haven't used this in so long, but like these colors, super fun for, you know, it's June, Pride Month, right? So I need to leave out and bust out some of these palettes I haven't given love in a while. And the other Collab palette I have from ABH, which is Anastasia Beverly Hills, if you don't know, is the Carly Bible palette. I did not get the Jackie Aina one. Wanted it so bad, was waiting for it to maybe go on sale, and then before I knew it, gone. Couldn't get it anymore. So I missed out on that one, but woo, brush fell out. Here is the Carly Bible if you haven't seen it. And sometimes, guys, these that are like out of stock, that they don't sell anymore, sometimes you can find them at TJ Maxx. I know that's where I found the Alyssa Edwards one. I do really like the Carly Bible one. It's pretty neutral, but I really like the looks I've done in the past with that one. Another one I haven't busted out in a while. Let's see what's next here. Ooh, okay, we'll do these as kind of a group. So I have a bunch from Saints, Angels, Sinners. This is their most recent release that I did a dedicated video on, their Fairy Tale palette that is still available. That's their collab with Sophia Sadie, otherwise known as Fairy Light. So here it is. Shimmer formula is really spectacular on this one. Super, super reflective. That's one that I feel like you don't need like a glitter glue to make it pop. They do wonderfully on their own. And then Saints, Angels, Sinners has done a bunch of collabs with Funny Butter. I don't know how many of these are still available, but here is one. I don't typically show these particular palettes too much on camera just because they are, you know, 420 related, and you know, since I am a teacher and, you know, not doing those things, not promoting doing those things that are not legal, but here's some of the color stories just for you to see that Saints, Angels, Sinners has done a bunch of these shimmer palettes and a few mattes with Funny Butter, and I have all of those that they so graciously sent over to me, and they are beautiful color stories and beautiful formula, so I will say that. And then the last Saints, Angels, Sinners one I want to talk about was actually the first palette I ever purchased from them, and that was their collab with Sminkberoende. This is my favorite one. It's the Follow Your Dreams palette, and I haven't played with this in a hot minute either, but gorgeous color stories. So much you can do with this. Really, really cool, unique. This is the one that made me really pay attention to, like, oh, this brand has a nice formula. This is really good. This is the one. Love it so much. The Midwinter Dream palette with Ensley Rain Cosmetics, and this is the only palette I own from Ensley Rain, but look at it. Oh, it's such a like frosty, like wintry. I feel like the pastels are good for spring too. Just lovely palette. Also fantastic shimmer formula in that one. And then I guess we'll go ahead and talk about this brand that doesn't exist anymore. This is Midas Cosmetics, the Smoky Glow collab. Hannah doesn't really upload that I see that much on YouTube anymore, which is a shame, but I know she had a lot of life stuff going on. But I've also seen Midas Cosmetics talk about that they're possibly just like gonna rebrand and come back as a different brand, same owners, so I don't know. I still follow them on Instagram in case they post updates, but that's the last I heard from them. And then last but not least, from Adept Cosmetics. This is the, of course, Heather Austin collab. I have not picked up her new collab with Unearthly Cosmetics. I don't know if I'm going to or not, you guys, just because I'm on a low buy. And that color story, I don't know if it quite speaks to me the way this one did. And I mean, it's Adept. Come on, they're my favorite shimmer formula of all time. I'm actually wearing an Adept Cosmetics eyeshadow on the lids today. If you're curious about that or anything else I'm wearing, just check out the description box below. I'll have it all listed. And yeah, that is it. Just a quick one, but that is like part 1 of all the collab palettes. I have a whole other stack here pulled to show you guys in part 2. Let me know what's your favorite collab palette in your collection, or maybe list a couple. I know it's hard to just pick one. What have been some of your favorite collab palettes? In today's video, I would say out of all of these, my favorite, if I have to pick like a few, because I can't just pick one. I mean, come on, I can't just pick one. My favorites are probably these. I'd say these are my favorites in this chunk or this portion of collab palettes in my collection. So stay tuned for part 2. I'll have that one up in the next week or so. I hope you guys are all doing great, and I hope to see you again on the next one. Bye.